But so, yeah, Looking for Lily is about 4 sprites. Sprites are a little bit more sassier than a fairy. These guys, they play heavy metal. They have their own heavy metal band.
That's great.
And they live in a log, and they disrupt the old rainbow trout who live in the dam next to the log with their heavy metal, their guitars and their drumming and stuff, which they have, little instruments made
That's
of like
great, yeah.
seeds and bits of wood and stuff. Yeah, so they have a heavy metal band and they have arguments with the rainbow trout. And that's kind of a secondary story. But the main part of the story is that these guys are displaced. So they used to live in a gum tree that you find out throughout the book. The gum tree got knocked down because of land clearing. And then when that happened, the magpies came and tried to eat them. So it's like this whole, I'm giving away the story. Maybe we should cut this out.
No, yeah, just so it's about these sprites that go on this adventure after their home gets knocked down.
That's right. Well, actually, we should go. You can cut this.
Yeah.
So
I won't though.
Oh, you won't. So their tree doesn't get knocked down. I should be very clear. So the sprite's tree doesn't get knocked down. Their tree stays, but every other tree gets knocked down. And so what that means is the birds in the area have nowhere to live. So they come to the sprite's tree. And then because there's no food left and nowhere to go, they start to attack the sprites.
Right.
They want to eat them. So
there's danger.
There is.
Yeah.
So the sprites have to run. So they run to this. One of them gets injured, and you'll see one of the characters has an eye patch. So one of them gets injured and they're, running or flying, and they go to this dam and they find this log and they move in.
Nice.
And they keep to themselves, and they're, dealing with anxiety and, all the things that come along with just losing your house and being in danger. And they play heavy.
Quite relevant today.
Yeah, it is. And they play heavy metal to let their stress out. But then when they disrupt the old rainbow trout, they have arguments with them. So while this is all happening, Lily, the oldest of the sprite, who's getting quite independent, she's coming into her teenage sprite years, she decides that she's going to go off and help another animal just after a storm, or just before a storm,
right.
Sorry. And so she goes off and helps the animal, but she doesn't tell them where she's gone. So in the morning when they wake up and she's not there, they think she's been taken. So they look around and they find a magpie feather and they're like, oh my God, it's happening again. So they go on to this journey.
Don't give too much away because people won't buy the book.
That's right. So they go on this journey into the apple orchard to find or to save Lily. And
so it's like a road trip adventure.
Yes, it is. It's a road trip adventure with these
coming of age sort of.
Yeah, tiny little characters.
Nice.
It's from the perspective of, 2 inches tall.
Yeah.
With wings.